Okay.
You pushed our parents to send me to the top prep school. Why do you care so much about my education?
I think because I really didn't have any friends growing up, I knew that my focus was just education, and also having mommy always, like, you know, she graduated college with a 3.8 GPA, like, while doing everything else. I knew that, like, that was my focus, but, you know, you grew up very American, and you grew up with your friends and playing sports and doing this and doing that, and I knew that your focus would shift because I saw it in my friends in high school, like my guy friends in high school, that they were like super smart, and then when they got to high school, it was like they just went down, and I didn't want that to happen to you, and also because they can afford it. Like when I was a kid, like I always wished to have been able to go to these great schools, you know. I don't regret not going to a private school or going to public school, but I wanted you, like, to do that. And if they weren't going to be able to, then I knew that I would have found a way for me to be able to have you go to prep school. We're both American, but unlike you, I wasn't born in this country. So I had a greater pressure to succeed. My goals, which were mainly, you know, have good grades and take care of you, be a role model to you, sometimes took a toll on me. Especially when I started college, I felt even more since mommy always did so well. Do you ever feel as if I placed too much pressure on you to succeed the way mommy did to me?
Yeah, when I was in elementary school, you used to always have good grades. I wasn't really the best student. And mommy would always say your name, saying that you would always have the good grades. Why can't I be like you? Sometimes it would hurt me because I knew I wasn't as smart as you and I didn't know as much stuff. But I progressed and now I have good grades also. So
better than me.
yeah, so.
What are your goals and how are you working to realize them?
I still don't know what I want to do. I think my goals are just to be happy in like everything that I do and build my relationships. And I feel like my goal is to be better with myself. So my goals are to work on myself so that way I can have a better relationship with you guys, with, you know, you, mommy, papi. What do you like the most about me being your big sister?
It's a lot. Well, first I like that you were always like the fun type. You like to talk a lot, even though I don't talk a lot because I'm shy. But you talking to me, it was just better because it helped with my communication skills, and it made me talk more about my feelings. Like I always say, you know, like I always keep my stuff inside, and you talking to me like made me more comfortable and trust you more. So I like that you're always there for me. You're really smart, so you know, like tech wise, like computer wise, I'm not really that smart with it. You will always be the first one to Google this, to Google that, to know about this, or like know about the newest technology. So then by the time, if I ever got it, I know that I can rely on you to help me with it.
Why did you get married to Pedro last year at such a young age? You were only 21 years old.
One, I was with Pedro for 5 years already. So everybody kept asking us the question, even though I was only 21. But he also is DACA. He's a dreamer. So you know that being married to him kind of is a way to protect him. I felt like my whole life, even though I'm so young, I felt like I've always had such a big responsibility over things, and I felt like getting married to him was a way to like reclaim my time and kind of put myself first and kind of like put myself in a different path and a different responsibility.
When you moved out, I felt as if you just abandoned me. Why did you leave? You just left. Did your mommy fight or something?
Well, you've asked me this question before, especially afterwards. We didn't fight, but I just felt like it was just, one, I got married, but like I never wanted to leave you. I didn't want to abandon you, and I didn't want you to feel abandoned. I wish I could have taken you with me, and I think that, like, I never wanted to leave. Like, even, like, you can ask Pedro, like, there was, at the beginning, I would always cry.
How come when you left you never told me anything? I had to find out when I got home. You weren't home, and I asked Mommy where you were, and she didn't want to tell me either, and then you just never came back.
I think it was very poorly handled the way I left, because I literally, like, got my stuff and just left. Like, I'm sorry for the way that I left. But I'm still there, and you know that. In what ways have I disappointed you?
I feel like the biggest way was you leaving the house. Like, even though we really didn't talk, like you said, like, just having you there and, like, relying on you for anything. And I feel like you leaving and, like, not telling me anything, like, worried me. Because, you know, every day I wouldn't go to sleep until everybody was home. You know, I would always ask where you were, or where Papi was, or where Mommy was. Because I can't, like, sleep without knowing that everybody's safe. And, like, you leaving, like, hurt me. Because I didn't know where you were. I didn't know what you were doing. I didn't know if you were home safe. And not being able to talk about it. Because, you know, I asked Mommy, and Mommy would get emotional too. So I really didn't want to, you know, ruin other people's feelings just because I wanted an answer from something. And then, like, you, like, not telling me just hurt.
Do you ever wish we had a relationship like your friends and some of their siblings have?
Well, not really, because a lot of my friends and their siblings, they really don't get along too well. Because a lot of my friends have older siblings like I do, and their siblings are always on top of me and always, you know, there for me, or always, like, you know, the cool sister, as I, like, refer to you as. So I feel like having a sister like you, where, like, you're always there for me, you can help me with this. You're, like, you offer yourself to help, like, my friends with their homework too, because a lot of times they're like, sisters or brothers, like, aren't smart enough, or they don't want to do it. So, you know, I feel like our relationship is better than most of my friends.
Really? I love you.
I love you too.
Mm-hmm. This was nice. I love you.
Me too.